to the Chi Podcast, where we offer you insights from top experts in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space and break down complex topics to make them understandable.
Welcome to the Chi Podcast. I'm Arkan, and my interview guests today are Simon and Jordan from LUART, a new all-in-one NFT platform built on the Terra blockchain. We'll talk about the ongoing NFT trend and get to know their gamified NFT marketplace in detail. Enjoy. Hello and welcome Simon and Jordan to the Chi Podcast. Awesome to have you here today for an interview about your NFT marketplace LUART.
Yeah, hi. Very nice to be over here. Thanks, Arkan, for inviting us, and great to be here.
Yep, likewise. Thank you for having us. Excited to chat.
Yeah, perfect. So as a start, can you tell us a bit about yourself, Simon and Jordan, like your background before you joined the crypto space and why you actually decided to start LUART as a project together?
Basically, I would start maybe from my youngies, and when I was young, I was very into dive in gaming and building some great stuff on Minecraft. And as you know, it was the area of Minecraft that there was a lot of servers and everything like that. I was building it, and I was a teenager over there in this time. And thing is that I think I was 16 years old or 17, and 70 years old when it was 2017. I started from the crypto space, like I was building the mining company over there. And first of all, we was working on mining Ethereum Classic, and, because it was very big bubble, everyone joined it into the crypto space. It was very hype at the moment. Everyone want to buy or mining something. So yeah, as everyone, I didn't earn that much on this because, I was the retail of the people who joined it. And, I was start discovering whole market and everything like that. So 2018 and 2019 and early 20, it was winter of crypto space. And that's how I learned a lot of projects, how it's work, the whole ecosystem, whole economy. And it was, very exciting for me, because something like you can spend money in decentralized way, like you can have your own value of money in internet. We can say the network, right? So for example, I can send you money and everyone see what is your balance, everything it's open. So the thing was, like, I was very deep into it, and I discovered the Luna ecosystem in 2020. End of that 2020, it was half the dollar, I think. And after that, I deep down into whole ecosystem, whole community, and it's my background. Like, I was in the entrepreneur for a few years and start building another product on the blockchain space. If not Terra, I wouldn't build anything, I think, because Terra is like specific market and I very like this chain. So it's my perspective from what I've done and what's my background. So maybe Jordan will pass it.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm a content and marketing manager here at LUART. My story in crypto started in 2017, but it also ended there for the time being, as I was in it more for making money at the time, and I got wrecked at the blow off top in December. So I was trading a little bit back and forth through 2018, wrecking myself even more. But, in the meantime, I was also working on Silicon Valley firms, enterprise software, doing some business development stuff. I didn't really like it per se, but this was after college, so I had to work. Then in the meantime, I was very interested in like equity markets. So I was doing some equities trading, and then I ended up getting a job as an advisor at Morgan Stanley, and I was doing really well, but that entire world just really rubbed me the wrong way. And yeah, I quit that job in 2019. I haven't had like a real 9-to-5 career since. I did well enough investing my own money to maintain my life, and did some business ventures in between then. But in 2020 is when I really started digging into crypto and being more than just a trader and being a user. With DeFi Summer, getting to interact with some of the protocols, and I just, that opened the door to what I thought is, it finally clicked with me. It wasn't just about making money anymore, especially coming from the old world TradFi system. I saw the opportunities for the whole world to basically be opened up to the financial world now. And earlier this year is when I got into the Terra Luna ecosystem, and I started putting out content in summer. And that is when some of the guys from LUART early on reached out to me, and they wanted me to do copy because I was an English native speaker, and they liked some of my content. And, I saw the vision that Simon was putting out, the team that he already had together. And you know what, I just took a leap, and, I couldn't be happier because I if this was a token that I was able to invest in, it would have been one as well. And then I got the opportunity to work on it. So it's been a great ride so far. We've built, a great audience. We have a great community, and, we'll talk more about the recent launch later, but it's really exciting to see what we have moving forward.
Definitely, we will hear about it just in a few minutes. And Jordan, I really love to hear those stories where people just put out content or engage in the community and then get hired by the project. It's so much different than what they have in the traditional space. And also interesting that you both kind of got a bit of burned in the bear market, as so many of us, and still got hooked based on the very proposition of crypto and then started to build on it.
Yeah, I can say it's very tough, because I was seeing Bitcoin was on 3K. It was like the COVID crash, and it dropped from I think 10,000 to $3,000. So if you're holding position from, for example, 2 years and still buying tokens like Ethereum, for example, or Bitcoin, it's it can be a little frustrating, but because you don't know what will be the future of your money, because it's like, okay, it's like gambling, you can invest into it and it could go into down, like, for example, can be some regulation from USA or whatever, right? But it goes forward, and I think it's a good thing.
They needed some conviction to either hold in this situation or even buy more. Like the March 2020 crash was definitely a horrible scenario. But let's talk about the positive things. Also, let's hear about a bit more about the whole team, right? Because Simon, you are the co-founder and CEO of LUART, and Jordan, you are, as you mentioned, behind content and marketing. But you have many more people working behind the scenes. Can you tell us a bit more about them?
Yeah, so basically what was my purpose to find is top tier people from each profession. That's why I found Barry Aston, Barry, for example, is our UI and UX designer who is responsible for whole user experience on our platform. He got, I think, 3 people under him. Aston is working with whole collaboration and partnerships on our team. Thing is that without Aston, and we couldn't take that much more, partnerships in long-term vision. Our vision is focused on long-term period. So with his help and his, because he's giving life for our project, we can say, because he's barely sleeping, I think. And he's bringing more products, good projects, and we are advising them. We can help good artists to scale their arts in long term. So there's 2 major people. Another one is Katarina. She's responsible for marketing, and she got very good experience with big tech companies because she used to work with top tier people from financial service. I cannot say what's the companies, because maybe she doesn't want it, but the thing is top tier financial companies. Another one is our developers that used to work and helping with project like Redstone Finance and some another SAS company like Service or Service, because one of my front-end developers is a good friend of mine because he was working with me with most of the project. So basically our team is very experienced, and it's level of their engagement is, I think, in top level. Like someone is for example, Jordan is 5 a.m. Over USA right now, and he wake up to having podcast with you and being able to connect with community and talking with you guys.
Wow, amazing. Good morning, Jordan. Hope you had a coffee already.
Not yet, actually, but I'm used to it now. We are all on different time zones, which is an amazing thing.
Yeah, it's both a good thing and a bad thing in crypto, right? Everything is global, but it's also sometimes hard to work like 24/7 in it.
Yeah.
But before we talk exclusively about LUART, I also wanted to get your views on the overarching NFT ecosystem. Like, based on your opinion, where do you think we are right now in the adoption curve? Because we have a quite shitty market situation right now, and sometimes it seems that the initial thrill is gone, and we have less celebrities talking about NFTs in recent days. So what's your view on this?
In my opinion, NFTs are not valued as they should be. The thing is, it's not like I'm judging or something like that, because there's a lot of great products like Galactic Punks, Luna Books, Hellcats that they are already published in our platform, for example. But there's a lot of NFTs that they already been published and they don't have, for example, any buyers or sellers. There's no liquidity on them. So basically NFTs is like, without utility to them, we cannot, prove out that, okay, you got very good NFT, but what we can do it with them. So I think like NFTs is behind NFTs are community, indeed, like, because there is product is like image, we can say that, so we can buy image, like, and the image is expansion for whole community, what is behind it. That's why, for example, CryptoPunks are that much, value, because there's bunch of community behind it. And in my opinion, NFT needs the revolution from utility perspective. That's why we are open to the gaming, metaverse, and whole connection to it. So I'm not judging any product of NFTs because most of them are great. But the thing is, what the rest with them, that it's not that quality that they should be, right? So I think we should focus on utility on NFTs, not making another 10,000 new NFTs like someone like Mega Rock, for example, with paint, and it has been sold for a couple $1,000s, right? So I think we should focus on utility NFTs that they can bring, for example, value in gaming, metaverse, or they can be even PFP type of NFTs, but they should be, from behind them should be the community that can participate in expansion of the product and project, right? I think Jordan can feel his mind into it.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely have to agree on the utility aspect of it. A lot of projects were able to get away with just being simply PFPs at first. And there's a big like segregation we need to make between people who are trying to sell real art just for art being art's sake, and then people who are trying to design NFTs that are going to be their own ecosystems and that are going to live in the metaverse or are building games. So we've already seen a big appetite for, gaming and play to earn. Some of the best performing tokens this year are built around those aspects, like Gala Games, Axie Infinity. So we know that the demand is there. It's just whether or not the projects can meet that demand, because building games and building utility sometimes takes a lot of time. And crypto, as we know, a week in crypto is a lifetime, as they say. It's changing every day and it's moving so fast. So as long as we have these projects that are really focused on the long term and building out these utilities, I think that they'll have a lot of success. But there's only so many that can succeed. At least in crypto, what it gives the opportunity for people is to raise the money so they can succeed, early on. But it's really tough to tell where it's going to head. Like, if we have another blow off top, will NFT stick around? I think that we're starting to get to the idea that is a possibility, because these communities can be built outside of crypto native users. A lot of the big projects, they bring in their own communities. If you have an artist or an influencer that has, so and so many followers on their socials, that community isn't leaving once crypto leaves. And if they're able to give some kind of benefit and utility to their holders, their NFT holders, then, more power to them and more power to the holders. And I think that is an opportunity that people need to continue to unlock, because these communities can be built off the backs of communities that already exist. So, I mean, that's where I would say we are. It's hard to tell where we're going. We can't predict the future, but I think that's what we've been seeing.
So you're saying you like those typically celebrities or artists, they can bring in completely new people to the crypto space by kind of moving their community to a crypto-enabled world. It's definitely something we would look forward to. And in terms of, do you see a next big narrative on the horizon for NFTs? Is it all centered around gaming in the future? Is this something you believe in, or do you see something else?
In my opinion, the perspective of NFTs is it's evolution for them. We are on the early stage of NFTs. First of all, it was the PFP. Second will be the gaming and metaverse. And third can be, real utility assets. For example, make some NFTs of properties or real estates, right? So basically, in my opinion, the evolution is needed, and it will be the gaming, I think, second. And we can, through that NFTs, from the gaming, we can make whole new expansion from the market, because I think there will be real utility behind it. If you will hold some NFT, you can use it in the game. Gaming is competition between people. So I think gaming is the next step, and I think it's the thing we will be in the future, and it's even nearer than usual. We can see it. I think it will be in 1 or 2 years. So I think Jordan maybe can say more about the metaverse connection, because I think it will be pretty exciting to people to hear how it's our vision to, about the whole NFTs, that they can move directly to metaverse, or, making even life in metaverse. Because, for example, new projects that they are building on Terra, there are games directly, you have the real estate in metaverse. So Jordan, maybe you can say something about more.
Yeah, to piggyback off of, Simon's point about the metaverse, a lot of projects we've been talking to, their goal is to be, playable characters in the metaverse. That takes a little bit of time, but they have the people to make it happen, and it gives users the opportunity to choose, take a pick from what kind of person or character they want to exist in the metaverse as, or have several options. I always tell people to watch the movie Ready Player One when explaining what the metaverse will be like. And I think it's one of those movies that does a great job of illustrating the possibilities, minus the negative sides of it. I like to think that Meta, or Facebook as it's called now, is probably the bad side of what the metaverse can become, because it's a centralized entity, and you could definitely see that happening. But with the growth of crypto, I think that'll really fight those legacy systems. But anyways, I think that there's a big appetite for that from the projects that we're talking to and their communities. For example, Hellcats, they plan to be playable characters in the metaverse. And, we want to be big proponents of that. We want to enable these projects to do so. Projects where at some point you'll be able to swap attributes from different NFTs, and, you will be able to purchase the different NFT avatars that you'll be able to use in the metaverse. And that's really one of LUART's long-term goals. And I see one of the long, or I guess shorter term, but maybe 3 to 5 years adoptions that allow NFTs to expand even more. Gamers tend to be first adopters of technology just because they're more familiar with it. And what's next comes the real world adoption, which moves a lot slower, because, healthcare and government stuff, paperwork, all of that stuff really makes sense to live as NFTs, because it's all verifiable on the blockchain and it'll always exist there. So these are some early use cases that can be used in real world businesses, which will take us, I think, to the next level of expansion. Again, gaming is always, more innovative than, unfortunately, the people that run legacy systems.
Yeah, we can always see that gaming is definitely at the forefront of technology. We have also seen it with VR, where a lot of game has been developed, although the hype kind of broke up a few years ago. And I think we can also agree that it's still the very early phase for NFTs. And in a few years, we'll probably laugh about just 10K PFP projects, because there will be so much more interesting things.
Right. I mean, how fast can you build a AAA game in all reality?
Yeah, it takes years, right?
It's years and resources.
Yeah. And we just see now the partnerships and the funding coming together. And for example, Illuvium being one of the first that really tries to resemble a AAA game here in this space. But we talked a bit about Terra already and why you got attracted by it. But why also did you decide to build on top of the Terra blockchain? And why do you think that Terra can establish itself as one of the main platforms for NFTs, both for the creators, but also for the collectors, players, and users in general?
Well, LUART became the first platform for artists, right?
Yeah, I mean, and for you to succeed, you need Terra to be one of the top blockchains for NFTs in general, and you need to have the creators and the games and metaverse players to rely on it as a kind of an infrastructure layer.
I think problem of Ethereum right now, because this is the main market of NFTs, is gas fees and whole centralizing stablecoins that they over there. Why I love Terra and whole ecosystem of that, because we got decentralized stablecoin that I think it's one of the biggest stablecoin on the market right now, with market cap is I think over $10 billion dollars right now. So the thing is, why Terra, in my opinion, will have very good expansion of NFTs is first of all, gas fees. Second is easy of user experience on Terra is on the high level. The whole infrastructure is very intuitive for developers and users. So in my opinion, Terra will be second or even the first one platform ecosystem blockchain for NFTs in the future, because we will, first of all, as I mentioned before, we got the decentralized stablecoin. It's very powerful because it got very low gas fees, and you got very, intuitive and flexible stablecoin that you can easily bridge through the multiple chains. And it's a powerful tool to make expansion for NFTs in the future. And whole community behind Terra is very connected with each other, and the relationship between people are on amazing level. So in my opinion, the major things will be the gas fees, the decentralized stablecoin, and good platforms and very interesting projects that they are building on, some for example games that they are building already on Terra blockchain, NFT marketplace that we are building, and another great product that they will be built in the future, and they will be connected directly to decentralized stablecoin, metaverse, and NFTs. So as we mentioned before, NFTs on early stage right now. So I think future is very bright for Terra and whole Terra ecosystem, Lunatics indeed. So maybe Jordan have something to add besides me. So
yeah, I mean, I would say that in general, the Terra community, that's why a lot of us have stuck around. That's particularly why I am still, before LUART, why I was still in Luna as a position. We had a lot of months of no price action. Well, one of the biggest things in crypto, in my opinion, is if you see some project or an ecosystem with a strong community, it can go through a lot of ups and downs, and with the community there, it allows for a lot of change. And when momentum happens, that momentum happens really fast. And what we've seen, the adoption across different ecosystems of UST in recent months, I think it speaks for itself that the market is starting to realize that there's a real use case for it. But it's also at the same time been the same language that's been carried across from, the founder of Terra Luna, Do Kwon, that this cross-chain composability is really what is at the soul of Terra Luna. The whole point of UST is to live across different ecosystems. I think that's going to be an advantage for NFTs in the long term. The cross-chain aspect is in the roadmap for LUART. And not only are we talking about it, we're in discussions with other partners and projects that work in the Terra Luna ecosystem to help build this cross-chain aspect of NFTs out further. So it's an initiative, taken on by us and others. And that's what I love about the Terra Luna ecosystem, is that we're able to have these conversations with other people building in the ecosystem to take things forward. And they're community-led initiatives sometimes. So it's a great thing. And I think that, this is a big advantage that Terra Luna is going to have in the future with NFTs, because if we're going to be talking about gaming, video game players don't necessarily want to worry about what blockchain they're playing on. And that's the whole idea of Terra Luna, Anchor protocol, Mirror protocol, those were built with great user experiences in mind. And the whole idea is that, you don't know that you're living on the Terra Luna ecosystem. You just know that you're earning a reward. And we're seeing applications that should be coming out soon that have the same thoughts in mind, like Alice Finance. So I think that is a big advantage.
I completely agree. And I just did like a kind of prediction thread on this for 2022. And definitely everything will move to the application layer and retail users, or the normies when we talk about the adoption. They certainly don't care about the underlying blockchain. They care about the application, what use and added value it brings to them. And I think you mentioned something very important for Terra, that it also differentiates itself against, like, let's say, competing layer one blockchains, that it has this decentralized stablecoin at its core that can live on other chains too, and can bring added value to the other chains. And blockchains like Solana or others, they don't have the same utility here. But let's move a bit to talk about really LUART itself. And the main or first question here is, why do we need another NFT platform or NFT marketplace on Terra or in general? Like, honestly speaking, sometimes it seems there are more NFT marketplaces going live on Terra than we have in genuine NFT art and gaming projects. So how do you differentiate against the competition that exists on Terra, but they also exist on Ethereum?
The thing is, why I'm starting building the LUART and whole thing is, as I mentioned before, because we want to give some NFTs the utility on them directly. Like our platform, we want our platform to be like another layer of NFTs, like bridge for gaming, metaverse, and some incentivizing user by, for example, buying, holding, minting NFTs, because usually another platforms don't give you the additional value. You just list on them, you get some trading, but usually projects and marketplaces doesn't know their customers, projects. And what is changing with us? Like, we supporting every project that they are building on, like they want to be launched. Like previous one, for example, Hellcats, that they've been sold in 30 minutes. So fully, it was a surprise for us, because we was thinking that it won't be that fast, but it was, 30 minutes of minting. But it's besides that. Thing is, like, we as a platform want to support each product, because product is we. Like, for example, if we will list great projects on our platform directly, we will have very good PR behind it. We will have very good community behind it. And if some project won't be very well, for example, in launching, our whole brand is not that good, because someone from community will say, okay, they listed not very good quality product, they didn't check this up or something like that. So we are helping each product that they are launching on our platform. We are giving the utility because of our gamification on our platform. We want to give them the bridge between games that we are collaborating with the gaming studio from, for example, from Vietnam and Ukraine and another great places. And NFTs, we want to be part of the NFTs, that there are artists that are making it on our platform. We want to support each product that is listed on our platform. I think right now we got how much, Jordan, we got already the project that they will be
like over 20.
Yeah, only launched, like they will be launched on our platform, but secondary market is another, I think 50 or something like that, right? So it'll be 70 projects maybe in the future. So the thing is, it's only Terra, but we want to be multi-chain in the future. We want to expand whole cross-chain capability. We want to take from NFTs from very expensive Ethereum, bring to the Terra ecosystem, and people will, for cheap way, they will be able to buy and sell it. We want to implement the on-ramp implementation that people will be able to, for example, connect your credit card and you will be able to buy it directly on our platform. Even you will not know that you are using Terra or another blockchain, because we want to be very user experience and long-term vision. So I think our competition is not directly with marketplaces. Our competition is building whole new layer of NFTs, helping them, and the competition is between bigger. So we don't have that much money as, for example, OpenSea, Rarible, or another great marketplaces from Ethereum, but I think we got very good people behind it, and product that we are building is on the same or even bigger level than they are.
So it sounds you're more like an incubator for NFT or metaverse projects than just a permissionless marketplace. Is this right?
Yeah, marketplace is our product too. Like, we want to give people that they are able to trade it and everything like that, but we also want them be our partners in the long term, because if we will have incubating very good projects, we can bring them, for example, for the gaming. In the future, it can be life changing for them and us. Because, for example, Galactic Punks are major product on Terra. They're top yet by the volume, and their product is amazing. So, for example, bringing them on our platform help us and them in the future to building very good infrastructure between us and them. So our major points is like incubating, helping, and expanding the whole perspective with them in the future.
And like to achieve this, you have like a suite of different products lined up, and also on the website on LUART.io, you can see like the roadmap on when these individual modules will come to life. But let's talk a bit about the most important ones. We already talked a bit about the Launchpad and Hellcats. Just a few days ago, it was the first incubated Launchpad NFT project, which was sold out like in, what did you say, like 14 minutes?
30 minutes.
Which is quite special in the current market circumstances. And the marketplace, you already mentioned, secondary marketplace. What is special here? What I read is that you will offer like a dual pricing, so not only priced in Luna, but also priced in USD. Yeah. And you just mentioned like that you can go in and out with fiat, like credit cards, for example. When will this be live?
It will be in the future. Like right now, we are focusing on delivering MVP. No another products made something like that first of all, making MVP of product, publishing it, and after that, we are making idea. So it's like people or projects is making idea, taking money, and they will, I will make something in the future. What we made is delivering first MVP product. It's not of course, it's not it's not fully delivered product that is working, but I think we focus on delivering product that it's working, test it, and we want to test it, and everything from our perspective wants to work perfectly. And after that, we want to bring another patches, updates, and delivering another product that we have promised. So it won't be in the near future, the on-ramp, because it needs to be, from the perspective of regulation, needs to be regulated. But the thing is, like right now, we are focusing on delivering MVP in next few days, and it will be. And if it will be working, we will give the additional. We will make the idea of staking application. After that, we will bring more feature on the marketplace, and Launchpad will enable the another features that they're on marketplace. I think Jordan can say why our marketplace and the marketplace and whole gamification and Lua Power connection is, and I think he can more explain to you how it's worked indeed.
Yeah, so at the core of our gamification comes this internal scoring system that allows us to reward users basically for just being users. we wanted to give this extra benefit. Like I was saying before, is like, how can we further incentivize users to trade, to buy, and to interact with NFTs? A lot of the NFTs that we've seen in the Terra Luna ecosystem, like you mentioned before, they kind of drop off after their initial launch in terms of not having much liquidity. Okay, so what's a response to that? One way we can incentivize them is reward them for having activity. The Lua Power scoring system, think of it as a loyalty reward point system. You spend dollars and you get points back. We're working on finalizing the metrics right now. Like Simon said, we're focused on getting the MVP products out, the Launchpad and the marketplace, which I think are very, very important, because we've seen in the ecosystem some mishaps in terms of mintings, and we want that to be, because at the core of a marketplace has to be the Launchpad and the trading experience. And as long as those are established as great user experiences, then the community can trust us to build even more great experiences that we had said we are going to deliver in the future. So to feed off of that, this Lua Power scoring system, we really believe that this will be a great way for users to interact with the NFTs, to continue to interact with the NFTs, to participate in mints, to participate in trading. And then in turn, they get to participate in our gamification, earning positions on the leaderboard that are going to update, regularly. So we're giving a chance for users who, want to compete with different mints and different trading times. They will be able to compete on the leaderboard. On the leaderboard, you're going to be able to earn airdrops. Again, we're still working on the metrics on all of that stuff, but that will be soon to come. And another feature of that is, although the leaderboard switches regularly or refreshes regularly, you will always be able to accumulate your Lua Power scores. So your Lua Power in your wallet holdings is always going to accumulate on the platform. And, we're going to have the LUART loot box system. Basically what it's going to be is they're loot boxes, but we're going to have transparency on them to where, there's going to be an even probability of winning this list, a list of 20 NFTs within this box. And it's going to be a tiered system of Lua Power priced boxes. So, that'll be an opportunity for me to go and trade and buy and open these LUART loot boxes and earn, win rare NFTs. We're going to go out on the market from fees generated from the platform to buy these NFTs. So this is another incentive that's just going to fully, it's going to help close this loop that users will be in the platform where they will be able to, redeem their Lua Power for NFTs. So I think these are the beginning stages of what gamification looks like on the LUART platform. So it's exciting to see what we can do off of that, because we have a lot of big ideas, but this is where we'll be starting.
Exciting. And for the collectors, what kind of utility and improvements do you have for collectors? I see you're offering kind of collections, like exhibiting your art in virtual spaces, but you also will provide certain analytics tools for collectors, correct?
Yeah, so these are some of the things that will be in our longer term roadmap. Like, we want to be incubators of the metaverse. So if we're able to, create these event spaces for the collectors to display their artwork, this is another piece of the metaverse that I think is very important. We've seen early iterations of this on other ecosystems and other platforms. So I think LUART, we have one of the more innovative teams out there. So to see what we can build, and, our design team is really next level. So that will be very exciting. Another benefit of being a collector is that we're going, depending on which project decides to partner with us in this way, they will be able to incentivize their buyers even further by offering multipliers on Lua Power. So, say we partner with XYZ NFT, we work with them closely, and they want to offer 3 times Lua Power on minters. This will be an extra incentive for people to mint their collection, but also to stay in this LUART ecosystem that we're building out. So
like a more complex loyalty program you're building here, like to incentivize staying on the platform.
Right. It's like Amex, right? If I travel to the fine collection hotels through the months of January to March, I get 5x more points, for example.
Another thing, like we talked about cross-chain before and how important it is in the future. Like, what is the first milestone in your roadmap when it comes to cross-chain integrations? How will it work like? And then what blockchain are you targeting first, like beyond Terra? Is it Ethereum itself?
I think no, Ethereum right now, no. Ethereum is our last step because Ethereum is another chain. It's not connected like, for example, Solana through IBC and everything. So our first cross-chain will be the Solana, and I think we will look forward into it, like building the cross-chain compatibility between these two chains. So our major is Solana. After that, we will think another chains like Ethereum and maybe another one, right? So it's our vision, but indeed the LUART needs to be like ecosystem for all chains. So yeah, I think Solana, it will be next step.
Definitely makes sense. We have seen already a few like NFT projects that they decided for a dual mint on Terra and Solana.
Yeah,
so
Heroes.
Yeah, for example.
Right? I might have some alpha to drop on that. I spoke to Heroes actually just yesterday because, we were running a giveaway with them, partnership giveaway with them recently. And actually, Simon, I haven't even communicated with you yet, but, they have a smart contract that they're trying to button up for the dual minting on Solana and Terra, and their devs, they want to work with us. Like our devs are really backed up right now, but this is like one of those community driven initiatives I was speaking about and partnerships that we have. They were the first dual mint. They had some bugs they had to run through on the Solana side, but these are the collaborations we can make within the ecosystem to help build these type of things out. And, this is a conversation we'll probably be having in the next few months.
Awesome. Yeah, I talked with them a few weeks before their launch, like a really revolutionary idea back then to have this kind of dual mint. So looking forward if you two can work together here. But outside like the product development itself, and we talked about it, like the space generally is getting more and more competitive, also from a marketplace and platform space. And you don't only need a superior product to compete, but also have a well-funded and concise marketing strategy. And you mentioned yourself, you're not as well-funded as OpenSea, but who in the world is at this point in time. But what are your plans on the marketing front to compete here?
I could probably, you want me to take that, Simon?
Yeah, I can say it. Like our first thing is like, basically right now we get customers from Europe, from USA, from Asia. But what we are going to do is like making marketing on so many levels, like influencers, real world businesses, multi-regional thing and supporting with multi-language, because not everybody is, the thing is like we can speak in English, but most of the people from, for example, another regional that are, for example, Spanish or something like that, they're not speaking fluent in English. So we want to support each country with multi-regional translations, helping with multi-regional marketing level. And we want to bring sports people, influencers, everybody that they can have something to give some additional value to us. And thing is like, right now we are focused on USA, Europe and Asia. So our next and major steps, I think, will be expansion on other products and connecting to real world businesses. I think Jordan got more to talk about the marketing because he's indeed marketing, because I'm the CEO of the whole strategy of whole company. But Jordan is in the marketing indeed. So I think he can say something from secret behind scenes. That's what we are working on right now.
Yeah. So to piggyback off that, it's obviously expanding into other regions is a big thing for us and supporting other languages. But, we've grown very fast in the last 2.5, 3 months. When I started with LUART, we had basically 0 followers on Twitter. And what we've been really focused on is just basically getting the word out about LUART. We wanted to give people something to talk about. And one of the best ways we could do that was having these internal conversations with projects and partners and collaborations. so, we can use their audiences to create new audiences for us as well. They already have trust and we needed to gain trust. And I think the Hellcast launch has done, very good for us in that aspect. But, we have some really big collaborations with, I guess we would say, teams that don't yet exist in crypto. I don't know how much I can say about it, but just know that, we are connecting with partners that will bring entirely new audiences, not just to crypto, but to the Terra Luna ecosystem, because they don't exist there yet. I think that's going to really propel us forward because we're very, very keen on focusing on bringing the outside in. And I think that, there's been a big conversation within Terra. Some of the bigger influencer accounts have talked about, the lack of marketing in Terra ecosystem. That's just really not what I think Terra likes to focus on. They like to ship great products. But, as a protocol ourselves, we can really take a step forward to onboard new users by creating these partnerships with outside brands and outside influencers, gaming teams and, games that don't exist yet on the blockchain, gaming studios. So that is really what we're focused on, the collaboration. And I think that's like the spirit of crypto. That's what I love about crypto is the collaborative nature of it. You can't really find it anywhere else. It doesn't exist in Silicon Valley. It definitely doesn't exist in finance.
Yeah, it's 2 + 2 is 10 in crypto here. And like to kind of summarize, like marketing strategy, like focuses really on localization of both like product and marketing, but also to build like those regional communities and then leverage existing regional communities to bring people to the platform. This definitely makes sense. And last but not least, let's also talk about the native LUART token, which is also called LUART, and its utility in the broader ecosystem of your NFT platform. Can you give us a high level picture here how this will work, and also like the initial allocation of the token, a basic understanding of like what's the total supply and how it is distributed across like the DAO itself, the project funding, community, and so on.
Okay, so basically the total supply is 1 billion tokens, price for a private investor 0.02 and for IDO is 0.025 cents. The thing is, I will maybe say something about the utility indeed, because whole metrics you got in the white paper. So I wouldn't say, okay, you get market cap below 1 million and everything. So maybe it will be easier. So you can check out on our website, light paper on LUART.io. Every metrics and everything is, so whole percentage of people, team, everything is over there. But the thing is how, and the utility of our token is the part of our gamification. Besides of, for example, putting into your tokens into liquidity providing and single asset staking that you are getting APR for it, you are getting the Lua power for it. Like if you will put your tokens into liquidity providing or single asset staking, you're getting the Lua power tokens. So Lua power tokens will give you the additional features and it will give you access to features that they are not able to the normal users. So for example, as Jordan mentioned maybe before or not, there will be the boxes. Boxes will be tiered by the rank that you have got, and rank will be measured by how many Lua power do you have. So first is LUART token, second is Lua power, and Lua power measure how much Lua power do you have, and you will get the rank on your platform that you can, for example, with the rank, you can open the exact box that you can, for example, you are able to open. So there will be few tiers, like I think the 5 tiers of the boxes, and it depends on how much the Lua power do you have. You can open the exact box, and for example, first of the boxes won't be, there's some magic or something like that. It will be the standard one NFTs, not some rarity. Usually, if you will open it, you will get the chance to get the better NFTs. But for example, the last one tiered boxes, you will be able to, for example, opening the box for 100 USD or whatever the price will be on that boxes, you will be able to, for example, drop some NFT worth 10x more than you have paid for your boxes. So I think whole Lua power thing and whole ranking is like by buying our tokens, you will be able to participate in, for example, buying the boxes. And in the future, The rank will allow you to, for example, have some another additional feature on our platform, like in the profile, you will be able to have the avatar that you will be able to drop from the boxes or buy from the secondary market, our own NFT collections. And you will be able to, for example, set this as an avatar on your platform. Someone will be able to click on your profile. Okay, he has got, very rare avatar of LUART collection, and he's the king of whole platform. And, he's very, exclusive and we can say richest man or girl on the platform. And another thing is like LUART tokens indeed will give you the additional Lua power, right? So Lua power will be measured by scoreboard system, and scoreboard will lead you to the leaderboard that you will have, for example, 100 most active users and most, influent on our platform. And these people will be airdropped weekly with bonuses of our tokens. So basically our token got very big spectrum of utility on same platform.
And perhaps you can also talk a bit about there will be a transaction fee, right? And how this will kind of lead to a value accrue for token holders or stakers.
Yeah. So staking, to repeat off what Simon was saying, staking is going to, staking earns you Lua power, and the Lua power is the core scoring system. So not only will you be able to earn an APY as an early liquidity provider, I don't think we're focused on providing some crazy high APY number. And I think that has been detrimental to a lot of tokens recently. In Terra, having a 50,000% APY. It's not something that we're thinking of doing. It's not sustainable. But what that'll be able to do is allow you to earn LUART tokens. And then in the future, what we're going to do is I think that the token will be a governance mechanism as well. It just depends on the route that we go. We have to really build this protocol out so that it's functioning. But yeah, I would say that those are the main value accrual methods of the LUART token. Being a holder of it allows you to participate directly into the gamification of the platform. And, as the platform grows, as Lua power becomes more and more competitive, as well as, the scoreboard becomes more and more competitive, people are going to drive to get the LUART airdrops. And, that over time will make for more holders, and then, that's it. Obviously the platform has to keep doing good and keep growing, but as the user base grows, you benefit being a user, so a holder of the token.
It's kind of the flywheels where we try to kind of spin off the adoption.
Right.
Very interesting. Yeah, Simon?
So summarizing is you will make money by being the holder of our token and being user active on our platform. So money make money.
Very simple, but powerful summary.
Yeah.
Awesome. So coming to the end here, I know you are hiring right now. So it might be interesting for people to understand what kind of roles you're trying to fill and to whom people could reach out.
Who are we hiring,
yes.
Right? What's the question? We're looking for any kind of people. There is lack of developers, but right now I think we got very good team of developers. And the thing is, what are looking like copywriters is the thing. If you got some brain with great imagine or something like that, you can write to us and we will bring you on the board, because we get tons of articles that there needs to be narrated, but nobody, get the expectation that we want to get. So there's some people that we are interviewing, and I think they're quite good, but we are looking for people all the time from marketing team, people who will be participating with community managers or something like that. So I think everything connected to marketing, content writing, even we are looking for 3D designers. If you are a great visual designer, and you love to make NFTs, graphics, whatever, connected to real models, or you are, perfect in Blender or something like that, you can call to us, or you can write the email for us on hello@luart.io. So yeah, basically it's the people that we are looking for.
Perfect. Good to know, definitely. And for everyone interested to stay up to date with LUART and what's happening, and also the upcoming launch and IDEO and all of this, what are the best sources besides Twitter?
Our Medium, definitely go to our Medium page and our Discord. We have our Telegram that We have a community there where we can answer questions pretty fastly, but our Discord is probably the best because we have a lot of dedicated people that are there 24 hours to answer questions and find out more information. So Discord, probably the fastest. Obviously, staying up to date on news, Twitter, Telegram, and then more in-depth stuff gets posted on our Medium page.
Yes, and you will find all the links Jordan could just mention in the podcast description. Perfect. Thank you, Simon and Jordan, for your time and elaborating on like your view on the NFT market and your upcoming NFT platform, LUART. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us. It was very speed hour, it's very fast of talking with you. So we are looking forward to having another one call with you guys, and pleasure to connect with you. She Capital and LUART are very good friends, I think.
Thank you guys a lot. Thank you, Chi Capital. We're great partners.